Second?
Yeah, I think it was disgraceful that American flags were on the stage for this summit because an American president was not. The job of the American president is to protect the American people first. That's the first job of the American president. And this president has chosen, again, to side with Russia, incapable of attributing the last attack against the Russians and incapable of showing the American people that we're going to do something to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And now it's on Congress, because if Congress doesn't protect the American people, we are completely defenseless. We'll see this happen again, and other adversaries with similar capabilities, they'll do the same thing, and they will see us as weak. We're not helpless in Congress, though. And right now you see a GOP that just gives green lights to the president to continue to act this way, and there's no penalty. We keep appropriating his priorities, and we're not putting up, I think, or we're not putting our fingers on that big red button that can stop the wrecking ball that this president is, and it's time that we do, because we just saw the cost of doing nothing is that he's going to continue to act this way and choose Russia over us. I think it's high time that the American people vote on this issue and many others, because the only way to really, I think, be a check on this president is to have a Congress that's willing to stand up to him. Again, he's a wrecking ball. He went over to Europe, he insulted and threatened our NATO allies, he sought to disrupt a pending election in the United Kingdom, and then sided with the Russians. We're not helpless. We can stand up to him with the right Congress. I'll keep trying to change the minds of my colleagues, but I think we may have to change 23 seats or more this November.
So I think for the president to cast doubt is appropriate. I don't
cast doubt on the U.S. intelligence community.
Cast doubt on the validity of any number of these things. That's fair. Having said that, Putin is an evil man who has killed many people in his own country. There's no question at all that Russia is still an adverse entity to the United States. And so, no different than Ronald Reagan, we have to work with them. At the same time, we cannot trust Russia fully. Well, I've said repeatedly that the calls for extradition are absurd. They're not going to happen. We don't extradite our spies when they get alleged or even caught doing things, and vice versa. Having said that, I want to see those the information of those indictments go forward. The fact that they'll never be brought to justice doesn't change the fact that we should know more about what we believe they did and how they did it. And that's where I stand, is let's flesh this out and see if it's real. Let's remember that we're more than a year into an investigation that claims there was that there was collusion with the Russians without a shred of evidence there was. So, doubting something until it's been vetted and verified is reasonable. Having said that, I'm going to repeat, I find Putin somebody we have to deal with, but somebody who is obviously part of that old evil empire and hasn't changed his stripes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So there you have it.